This is Kelly Baker with the midterm bone identification process. Here we have our frontal bone. On the sides here we have our temporal bones on either side of the head. On a posterior view, our occipital bone is back here underneath. Our thoracic spine is the middle 12 vertebrae here, and here are the top 8. Our sacrum is here. The manubrium, from an anterior view, is the top part of the sternum. Our mandible is the bottom part of the jaw. The acromion process is the tip of the clavicle, along with our clavicle bone here. The ulna is the bottom inside arm, and the olecranon process is here. Our fourth metacarpal would be our ring finger. And our thumb, here's the thumb metacarpal. On our left side, the second one would be our pointer finger, our second phalange. The pubic symphysis here is the bottom of our pelvic bone, and the obturator foramen is the space here. There's a hole there. That's the obturator foramen. The greater femoral trochanter is the tip of our hip bone out here. The tibia, here is our tibia, both of them, and our lateral epicondyle is the tip here of the tibia. The first toe here, this is our first toe phalange, and our calcaneus, which is our heel bone, which is right here. And then we have our pelvic inlet, which is the space here in our pelvic bone. That space there is the pelvic inlet. The odontoid here is on our atlas, which is the very top vertebrae. That's the body of the atlas. Our floating ribs are back here, aren't connected in front to the sternum. And then from the anterior view, we have our jugular notch, which is the top, very, very top notch here on our sternum. And our anterior superior iliac spine is this front tip here on our pelvic bone. We have 2 zygomatic bones, which are our cheekbones here, and our parietal bone, which is the very top part, the back part of our skull. Our cervical spine are the first 5 vertebrae that we have here. And our lumbar spine are the bottom 5 that we have here. They're much larger than the cervical. We also have our coccyx here, which is our tailbone. Again, from the anterior view, we have our xiphoid process. And we have our maxilla, which is the top section of our jaw. We also have the hyoid, which is underneath here, the very top part of our vertebrae. We have the humerus here, which is the upper section of our arms. And the radius here, which is the larger bone of our lower arm. And we have the third right phalange, which here would be our middle finger. The scaphoid is the bone here above the thumb next to the wrist. And the iliac crest is the top part of our spine, or of our hip, our pelvic bone here. The acetabulum is the socket in which our femur is connected to our hips. And the femoral neck is this space here, the neck of our femur. Then we have the fibula, which is the smaller bone on our lower leg, and we have the medial malleolus, which is the inside top part of our bone here. The patella is our kneecap, and our third metatarsal is this middle bone here in the middle section of our foot. We have the talus, which is the top section of our foot right here. We also have our true ribs, which are up here that are connected to our sternum. And we have our false ribs that share connection to our sternum. We also have our rib tubercles, which connect our ribs to our vertebrae. And our posterior superior iliac spine is this notch right here on the back of our pelvic.